Hello and welcome along to the West Yorkshire Football Show. Just going to give some brief reaction to the confirmation that James Trafford has signed for Leeds United. It's all done. It's over the line. We've had the promotional videos, everything like that. We've been waiting a while for this one, haven't we? And it's finally done. Great to see that it's over the line. Love the promotional video with Nigel Martin. I think that's absolutely brilliant. So check that out if you've not done so already. Just wanted to catch if there's anybody watching along live, get your comments in. Just thought we'd have a little chat. Like I say, I won't be on too long. Please do pop a like on the video, get subscribed, etc., etc. But yeah, it's happened. He's in. It's a club record fee, and I wanted to talk a little bit about what this kind of means in terms of the size of the fee, and reputationally what this does for Leeds. It feels like this is another level of signing. I can't remember as high a profile signing for Leeds United for a long, long time. You're probably talking the old era 20 years ago. I know Rodrigo was a big signing a few years ago, but he wasn't that well known, especially not to fans over here. Whereas James Trafford, that's a mega signing. Uh, as Gav says here, proper keeper at last. Yeah, it certainly should be, shouldn't it? With James Trafford, it certainly feels that that is the real deal. Um, I hope so. I mean, me and Jay, we've talked about a couple of small reservations we've had, but I think for the signing day, let's just be excited about it. Um, it feels kind of echoes kind of Nigel Martin, doesn't it? Coming in all those years ago when he was a record fee from Crystal Palace at the time. I think that was a British record for a goalkeeper, and all these years on, Leeds have repeated the feat. £40 million, I think it is, around about there. And yeah, I'm still in shock that we've actually done we've actually done this. I can't believe we've done this. Really, it's not a deal I ever thought we'd get done. To be honest, the keeper situation I just thought was going to be a real headache. I did at the time probably think, yeah, just keep Darlow and him and Perry can kind of battle it out for the season. I thought, yeah, let's spend the funds elsewhere. But ever since the Ornstein tweet a few weeks ago, it's become apparent that we had a chance of getting him, and this thing had a chance of getting over the line, which it has done now. And how many points could James Trafford be worth next season? If he comes in and performs at the level we all hope and expect he can, how many points is that worth? I mean, you look at the improvements Leeds have already made in the squad, first team additions as well. So Tarek coming in, who I think will be an upgrade on Pascal, Harry Wilson, a massive upgrade in the attacking part of the pitch, and now goalkeeper. I think hopefully Trafford, I mean, you can't compare it to Darlow or Perry. Hopefully, it's going to be on another level. Uh, Michael says here, I hope the fan base don't get carried away and the expectancy of thinking Leeds United will finish in the top half, as in my opinion, Leeds United are still a bottom six club. Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it, Michael? Because what does that do to hopes and expectations? I think this is why I never thought we'd make a signing like this. I thought we would still be operating in the kind of maximum, maybe £25 million for a player, maybe 30 million at a stretch, and then boom, Tarek 34, and now James Trafford 40 million. I mean, it's gotta. I mean, we were chatting about this the other day, and it feels almost like the bottom three are going to be the promoted teams. That might be harsh and a little bit quick to judge that. Potentially, they'll do something special. I think a few of them are making some interesting signings, so you never know. They could spring a surprise. But then you look at the other established Premier League teams that we could potentially leapfrog. Look at the vibe of Everton at the minute, Fulham, Palace. Have we got a chance to kind of get ahead of these? I would love a top 10 finish. It'd be incredible. Um, I still think we need something in attack. I think, look, your squad's never going to be perfect. There's always things you could do, like left back, for example. So if we go into the season and we don't sign another left back, yeah, it's annoying. It's frustrating, but I don't think it's as vital as getting something else in attack. I would like to see us have a little bit more in attack. Now that the Trafford deal is done, that would be my next kind of full steam ahead. I think looking at the squad, I think we certainly will survive comfortably. Do I dare kind of commit to that? I'm not sure. Premier League can surprise you, can't you? Um, but yeah, it's going to be exciting. I think it will raise expectations and hopes, though. I just don't think there's any way around it. I mean, if you watch along now, what do you think? Where do you kind of think Leeds will finish next season? It does feel like a needle mover, this transfer. I mean, to sign the player that 12 months ago was going to be Man City's number one seems pretty surreal. Um, it's a huge fee. It's a huge fee, but hopefully we're guaranteeing that we're getting that quality in. And I just think it's the type of transfer I think fans of other clubs will be raising eyebrows at it. I think if you're a Newcastle fan, for example, you'd be looking at it going, hang on, why haven't we done that? That's perfect timing, lose here as well. Um, just as I mentioned, Newcastle. Do check out tomorrow morning. Actually, I'm on with Lou in the morning, 10:30, and we're going to have a little Newcastle United versus Leeds United debate. We're going to have a look at both squads and hopes and expectations. I'll be interested to get Lou's take on that as well. But as Easy says here, Leeds will comfortably finish top 10, and I'm no fan of Farker. I mean, yeah, there's even, you know, some people getting very excited and talking about, Europe. Um, but look, I'm not too fussed. But yeah, it's a really exciting season. If you'd have told me at the start of the summer we'd be doing a move like this, I wouldn't have believed you. Absolutely not. So yeah, it's fantastic for the club. It feels like this summer's transfers were you know we're acting our size. We're a big club and we're acting that way. Obviously, we're not established necessarily, and we've spent 16 years in the doldrum before coming up before, and there's a lot of work to do. But it feels like this type of signing. You wouldn't expect many teams that had just been promoted a year ago to be able to, get a signing like this done. Probably Forest have acted in that way. Signing Morgan Gibbs White and players like that, Elliot Anderson and whatnot. And it's a little bit of a blueprint, I guess, in a way of how you got to watch. It's Premier League, you can't mess about. You've got to strike while the iron's hot, which it certainly feels with Leeds they've done. Now, is anybody else worried about a sting in the tail, or is anybody else worried about a big sale at some point this summer? I don't rule it out. I really don't rule it out. We were chatting in the group actually, Lou and Jay as well, about Stack to Newcastle or something like that. Could something happen like that? I wouldn't rule out a big sale. Hopefully it doesn't. Feels very kind nicely set at the minute. Like I say, if we can just get some more attacking quality in there, then I think we're looking really, really strong. But yeah, let me know, guys. What do you think we should do in terms of signings going forward? Now, what do you want to see? Obviously, there's been talk about Seb now going. I'd be sad to see him go because all you're going to do is then replace him with another fifth choice centre back. I don't necessarily see the point of that unless you, I suppose, make a bit of money in it. Michael asks here, I've not heard any clubs in for Pirro or Nonto as the club needs outgoings. Yeah, no, this is the thing. This is what makes me worry about a sting in the tail in terms of, are we able to get players like that shifted on? I'd be happy to see Nonto leave. I like Nonto, but I just don't know if it's ever going to kind of kick into full gear. I think Peru definitely. I think that there needs to be movement there, but it's difficult. Players have contracts, and you can't just blow them out always. And if there is no interest of the requisite kind, then you are a bit lumbered. Um, so yeah, it's gonna be fascinating to see how this deal impacts us going forward for the rest of the summer. But we've absolutely strengthened the first team this summer in in every department. You know, apart from midfield, really, um, which was probably one of our strongest places anyway. Shea Charles deal obviously dead now, but not too fussed on that one. It'd be fascinating to see what we do going forward. Hopefully, we do get that attacking player in. That's what I would personally love to see. I would love to see us get someone in there who can really. I don't know if it'd be striker or winger or whatever, but I'd just love to see someone in that attacking department to really bolster us. Someone who's going to come on and make a difference. Um, so yeah, we'll wait and see on that. But yeah, anyways, just wanted to jump on, give my quick reaction to signing James Trafford. Absolutely buzzing with this. Really exciting, really high profile signing for the club. Like I mentioned, me and Lou, we're back tomorrow morning. We're going to be chatting Leeds United and Newcastle United, rating our chances going forward for this season as well. So please do tune in for that in the morning. And I will see you then. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.